Hello there, welcome back to Crafters TV. It is a very special show for you today because we are celebrating in style. It is the second anniversary of Colour Me Happy. We are going to colour you ecstatic in this show. Loads and loads of great deals for you. Straight off the bat, I need to tell you about this. Everyone that places an order in this show is going to receive a year of colour. If you're just spending £20 or $20, we're going to pop this into your basket for you. It is a calendar, but to be honest, it's some 12 amazing colouring projects to get you started, no matter which one of our fabulous colouring mediums you are going for. You are going to get that included as well, which is awesome. So that will go into your basket. I should say as well, to celebrate the second anniversary, 25% off of our clear stamps over on the website and 10% off of our ink pads as well. So make sure you head over there and check out all of those juicy bargains. Talking about juicy bargains, no, doesn't work that one, does it? Debby Robinson's here with me.
A juicy bargain?
Oh no!
I've been described many a thing. Juicy bargain isn't one of them, but there's always a first time for everything.
How are you, Debbie?
I am absolutely fine, and happy birthday to the Colour Me Happy show. Second year.
2 years. When did it go?
2 years. I know, because
I remember doing the very first one with Sarah
Did you do
in
the first
shed.
one with Sarah? Yeah. So we've got 2 years of backlogs of weekly shows that we bring to you. 2 hours, an hour and a half, however long we've done it, because we've been running it for 2 years now. And it's a special event today. We've got some fabulous, literally celebratory, I guess the right word, celebratory deals for you. But we're going to be concentrating a little bit on the colour blends, which is from our Spectrum Noir range, and there are ColourBlend pencils, which is a nice change. We talk about alcohol pens a lot. We talk about water-based ones. This is the wax-based of our family, and these are really fabulous. Lots of lovely things you can do with your ColourBlend pencils from colouring, but you get a huge amount of variations of toning and shading when you use these. They work beautifully with your alcohol pens as well. We'll be touching on that through this show, but they are absolutely fabulous, beautifully presented, very easy to use, and exciting, because there's a lot of colours in these pencils, a lot of colours, and if you've been a bit scared of colour penciling, don't be, because it's a lot easier than it actually looks.
Don't be scared at all. So that's coming up for you, all things ColourBlend pencils. But we're going to kick off with this. Oh yes, this is a sort of pièce de résistance when it comes to our anniversary deals for you. I'm going to go through the stamps that are in here first, then I'm going to take you through all those amazing colouring products. So this is your Colour Me Happy anniversary mystery bag. Now we're putting stamps and dies in here. This stamp and die alone is worth £15. So everything else you're only paying £15 for. Amazing value. You've got some frames in here. You've also got this from our Sassy and Classy range, the Partners in Crime, something from Lee Holland in there as well, and also Believe in the Magic. So a really good selection of stamps to enable you to get the most out of everything that's in here. And it's like the true heroes of our Spectrum Noir range. We are giving you a taste of absolutely everything. So in here you are going to receive a tri-blend marker first. The iconic tri-blend marker, 3 shades of the same colour to give you that seamless, smooth blend every single time. You will also get some of our tricolour aqua markers as well. Now the aqua markers are our water-based marker, but what you've got is, you've actually got 9 colours. So each pen contains 3 colours which will blend together beautifully, and then what you've got is 3 of those pens in there. Sparkle pens, again beautiful, a water-based ink, completely packed full of amazing glitter. There's so many great things that you can do with those. We're going to put some of our art liners in here for you as well. These are brilliant. Use these with your alcohol markers or with your water-based markers. Great for tangling, wonderful for brush lettering as well. And last but by no means least, we're even going to pop in a pack of our classic markers in there as well, your shades and tones. These are such a premium alcohol marker with a bullet nib and a chisel nib on there as well. What a great bargain. Not only will you get all of that, remember you will of course get the year of colour included in there as well for you, because you of course have spent over £20 or $20, £30 or $40. Now that's a saving of £73 or $93, because you should be looking at what, over £103 or $130. But of course you can use your Club Inspired discount as well. Platinum members picking this up today for £24 or $32. Every basket needs to have one of those in it, because it is such a sensational deal for our anniversary. We're going to look though at this. Debbie was talking to us about the pencils there just a moment ago, and what you've got here is an amazing set of your pencils. So you're going to get the essentials in here. The essentials have got, as you might guess there, all the essential colours you need. It is a great starting point for your waxed pencil journey. You've then got included in here as well the blending solution. That is going to help you sort of achieve a blend of colouring, but more quickly. It's like a sort of little Instagram filter for your colouring, I like to think of it. You've then got the white multi-purpose cardstock, perfect for stamping onto and colouring. Some stamps and dies in here from Connie Fong, and also that fabulous watering can. You save £16 almost, over $21, $45.99 or $61.99 is what you are looking at today for that. If you've already got a plethora of stamps and everything that you need in order to achieve this, but you're thinking, gosh, I'd love a great deal on the pencils, then we've got that for you today, because what you're going to get is all 4 tins of the pencils in there, which is wonderful. They all come beautifully packed for you, saving over 20% here. Let me run you through what you are getting included then. So you are going to get the essentials, as you do in the starter. You will also then get the primaries. You've got the naturals, and also the shades and tones in there as well. It's a 96 pencil collection. I mean, if you really want to start with a full collection of these, so you can do anything, any kind of project you like, then this is the one for you. 63.21, 92.99 if you want to get your hands on this as a platinum member. But I think the thing is, Debbie, with pencils, a lot of people think about using pencils, oh, it's just something you did when you were at school, or is it really that highbrow or grown up? Can we achieve great results? But you can, can't you, when you've got proper professional pencils like these ones?
Yeah, absolutely you can. The fabulous pencils. I'm going to show you in a little bit more close detail. So I'm going to bring in one of the trays just to show you. I said trays. Presented tins. And can I just tell you as well, I would be keeping mine in the set tins where they've got their shade. I mean, this one is a shade and tone one, but in the colours, because I've just gathered that whoever's been in these last has been mixing the pencils up. So I personally would keep them in their tins, but I'm going to talk to you about the pencils themselves. Now, of course, you can see with our beautiful pencils, these are absolutely fabulous. These are a 4mm core, and if I just explain that, in the centre, so if I just hold that over there, it might be a little bit better. They're a 4mm core made from your light fast artist quality pigment. They're fully loaded, these. They're wax based as well. And when I say fully loaded, I mean all the way very down to the bottom. There's no fillers, no binders, no nothing in here. This is an absolutely beautifully artist quality pencil that you are going to use. And you get a lovely rich velvety lay down of colour when you use these.
Aren't they, when you use them?
Very premium, yeah, absolutely. And I mean, they're just honestly fabulous. They all come as well. If I just explain, they've all got the Spectrum Raw Colour Blend running down the centre, but each one of the pencils, not only has it got its own colour at the end of the nib, and I'll pop that there so I can show you, and in fact, I'll fetch another colour just to show you the difference between the two. You've got your own colours on there with the name as well. So this one's got Harbour Blue and Walnut, each one individually with their colours. Let me put the walnut there because I'm going to use that in a moment. But again, the paper is always an important part as well. If you've watched Leanne on the Colour Me Happy shows and the tutorials that she's got, where she talks about having the right tools, the way you hold your pencil can be also very useful to know and learn. And we talk about the pencils when you lay down your colour. The one thing that you don't want to be doing straight away is popping down. So the way you hold your pencil, if you was to pop down quite a bit of colour, you see straight away you're a little bit more heavy-handed. What you're wanting to do is fill, and we talk about this a lot, and she'll talk about the tooth grade of a paper, where you've got like, and if I just give you that little example of what I mean by that, the way that the papers work means that if you go straight down with quite a lot of colour, and if I mean that by popping it in with my finger and my thumb right close down to the pencil, you're laying down a lot of colour really quickly, and you're not able to add to it. So what you do is you start to fill it up with a little bit of colour. So simply by moving your hand up the pencil means that you can get down a little bit lighter. Can you see the difference between the two? You can't tend to, and it's unnatural to be able to press really hard and fill up from that angle where you're holding your pencil. So however far you move down that pencil means dependent on the intensity that you lay down straight away.
A pencil really almost gives you multiple shades of the same colour in the one pencil, because it's just about the amount of pressure you supply.
Exactly, and that's why you can get lots of shades and variation of colour from that one pencil in that one place, because by simply just moving down, if I just go a little bit, can you see straight away I've got 3 different shades there from that, just by how I've used that pencil, and that's just one way of using it. Now there is also, and I'm going to bring this in because I love this, and I'm going to put it there so you can have a little screenshot should you wish to do so. And if our George can just pull up a little bit so we can show you, and you'll have heard Leanne talk about this, is how you lay down that colour. So when we talk about your linear stroke or hatching, it's a single stroke going in the same direction. So if I just bring in, and I'm going to do this pencil again, which is where you would lay down your colour with just going in one direction. So that's called your hatching or linear stroke, going across there like so. And again, quality of paper, you'll get a different look with the, you know, the papers. If you were using something like a water-based paper for this, so your watercolour cardstock, it wouldn't work as well because you've got that tooth-like quality to it. Whereas a smooth one, you get a really nice look to this. Now, talk about cross-hatching. This is when we're using, and again, if I just hold that there for a second, let's see if you can do that screenshot. And then you'll get a little opportunity there just to take a little screenshot so that you've got this and you can keep this, put it in your little photo album so that you can explain a little bit more about it when we talk about this. Because cross-hatching is when you do 2 different strokes. So we've done the one stroke. This is when we're going to lay down now a colour. And again, if you notice, I'm holding it a little bit higher up than I would be normally. But where you hold it down, and you can see now with the cross-hatching, and again, it's the 2 strokes. It's the going across and the coming down. And again, you can build up, and I'll deliberately do it there so you can see it's lighter, but the minute you start adding down your layers, and this is where we talk about the variation that you get. And again, just by keep doing that, can you see the difference between the 2?
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. Now layering is where you can then layer 3 sets of coloured pencils and blend the lights, you know, blend them together. And you would always start, as I would, let's just bring in, let's see if I can grab some. In fact, I'll still use from the, I'll use these from the shade and the tone, and I'll go with 3 different shades of blue. So we've got on here, the lightest of the shade being the reef blue, the one I've just been using, which is the harbour blue, and then the violet pearl. Words rubbed off on that one. But where you can then start to colour in, and I'll start with that lightest one again. And again, really lovely. Just lay down a little bit of colour. But obviously, depending on how you position your fingers on your pencil, you'll get that different look. But where you start to lay down colour lightly is the best way of the best description of how you can get these all and get that blendability that we talk about. Now then, I've just dropped my pencil there, Joe, so just bear with me. Did I say, yep, violet and the harbour. So I'm going to go back in now, and we're going to cross those across each other so I get this blend. And by laying down the colours in segments, and now again, I'm just going to do this across, go back with that lighter one.
So would we ever add water to these pencils, Debbie?
No.
No.
This is wax-based. This is when, and this starter kit especially, it's going to come in handy, is when you'll have your pencil blending solution. And I'll explain a little bit more about that as we go along in this show, if I can. And then I'm going to go across again, and I'm going to bring in a different colour. This has got like a little bit of a purple shade to this one, as well as a blue shade. But again, I'm just going to go in there, and you can then start to get the blend going by building up. Oh, that's my lightest one, Debbie, not your middle one. There we go. And bringing that in, and again. And do you know, if you want to get that seamless blend, this is when you can use your solution, actually. And I'll talk about that again in a moment. So just by popping that colour and laying down there, can you see you're getting the build-up? and it smooths
It's blurring the seam, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good description, that one. Perhaps I should have used a different one that hadn't got a purpley tone to it, but I think we can get away with this one, Joe. But this is where you start to layer down your colours and build up, blending them with the lightest colour. So to get that blend, I'm going to go back in with that lighter, that's my lightest, that's my mid one, and go back over the top. And again, I'm not going in with lots of pressure. I'm building it up and just layering that across like so. Oops, went a little bit over there, but you'll forgive me for that one. But that's how you would continue to your gradient, your blending. We talk about blendability. These pencils absolutely have that. And I've gone with 3 different colours there across to create that lovely layering technique. The blending, now we can do with, shall I show you how to use this?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen this before? Maybe it's your first time to this.
Included for you, isn't it? In that starter kit, the details of which are on your screen, you get a packet of one of the tins of pencils, the cardstock, the blending solution, a stamp and die, and a stamp as well. And don't forget, you will get the year of colour in there as well, because you'll be spending over £20 or $20, which is nice.
Now, this is blending solution, which is perfect for your blending of your pencils. And this can be used in when you're going over, with your pencils over your alcohol markers as well, and you want to get that seamless blend. This is what you're going to be able to use. Now, normally I have a little jam jar. Do you know those little
jam
jars? Yeah. I've left it at home.
Oh dear.
And I have some cotton wool stuck in it, and I put a little bit of the blending solution, because there's a couple of things that you can use. Now, normally, I don't know if they're in stock, maybe check online, just have a little look. But the stumps, there's some stumps. Paper stumps. It's compressed paper is what it is. It's a paper stump. But you can use things like, do you know your Q-tips or your, we call them cotton buds over here. You can use that as well. There is also those, is it tortillons that Sandra uses?
Yes.
I've never tried them with a tortillon, but you might be able to do it with that as well. However, I'm just going to use... Can tell what I've been playing with, my little makeup wipe, because I just want a little bit of it. I don't want to dip my stump or my cotton bud directly into there. I just want to give it a little bit. So I'm just put a little bit on the tip, like so. You can end up, if you dip that directly into solution, and that's the same with your cotton buds or your Q-tips, it'll soak up too much, and it's too much. You just want a little touch of it, which is why I do this. Now, again, I'm just going to go over, and all you're going to do, Joe, to get that blend out is literally, and I don't know if you can see, it's almost like...
I can see it's melting the two
instantly,
together, isn't it?
It melts them, and it blends them beautifully together, and I'll just do the same with this side. So it takes away some of those harsher lines that you might have got, and that's how you would use your blending solution. And you can see at the very end there, we do have, if you have got a paper stump, or we've got a sanding block, which is when you just want to take off that colour and you're going to use a different colour. You simply just use it, and there's a few sheets on here. You'll get a lot of use out of just one sheet. You can see I use mine a lot, but you just give it a little sand and it's ready and raring to go for the next colour.
Brilliant.
And you've got a dual tip as well at either end. Let me just give that, because I forgot to clean that earlier on when I was playing. But that's all you do. So that's a little sand, and it just sands down that paper for the next bit of, that's all it is. But it's a great way of being able to get that lovely blend, and so that you get that lovely seamless blend over the top. So that's another way of using your blending as well with the solution. And it does mean, if I just bring this back in for a second, the blending solution, when you lay down your colour in your paper stump with the blending solution all together on, it literally can you see that beautiful, and that was started as Life as Pencil, but it's blended it out smoothly. Really, really beautiful. And then, of course, we can do things like this. Now, this is alcohol markers with, and I'm going to bring in just an example just to show you what I mean by this, Joe. An alcohol marker colour image, that beautiful bunny.
Really lovely.
Super cute. Beautiful, gorgeous with that, but you can enhance it. You can give a really pop of colour and a pop of depth and dimension when you bring in your pencils. Now, I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm just going to bring in Storm Cloud for this one. And literally, you will go over your areas. I'm not going to do it on this side because that's just purely, and it's just, these are purposely just to show you what we do. But you pop the colour back down so you can get that. Do you know when we talk about light sources where your light hits, where you get the shading? So if the light was coming underneath, the shading would be darker on the top and so on. So you'll see all that with if you've been looking to get hold of the Academy colour, that lovely tuition with our Leanne. But you can simply add on, and again, I'm only putting it down lightly, but that's when you can start to bring to life your characters. You can add that more depth and dimension. And I'm going to go in just underneath as well.
I always like to think of it, Debbie, as like, you know when you're adding alcohol marker to a project, you're sort of pushing the colour back within the paper, aren't you?
Yes.
Everything you do is adding another layer and it's pushing what's there to the back. It almost feels like when you use a pencil over the top, you're building up in the other direction.
Yes.
So it almost gives you even more depth, even more dimension, even more play of light. So I just think it's definitely one. I think if you own and are using alcohol markers, you absolutely need to go for these because the level, it's like
it's next
like
level.
HD, isn't it?
It is, and that's the difference between them. Yes, you can get some beautiful effects with our alcohol markers, but look when you bring them together, you marry them up together, and look at the difference. So all I'm doing is I've taken that little bit of alcohol solution, blending solution, and popped it over the top just to blend it into that image there. And again, if I just bring that down, you can see, let me just get a little bit more up. That's why I would always recommend one of those little jars with a little bit of solution in some cotton wool. Literally shove that in, a bit of solution in there, and then you can just keep dabbing it into there. And it's the best way. Leanne will tell you the same. I mean, this is who I've learnt from. Let me tell you, I've learnt from the queen of colour herself. And literally now, all this is doing is blending that pencil with that alcohol pen together, and we really are creating a lot more depth and dimension. And I'm going to go back in there again so you can see maybe little circular motions, light little top down there. Let's bring a bit more down on his arm. Let's bring there. And again, I'm just going to go in and soften that between the two. And that's what your blending solution will do. And you can see, I mean, honestly, talk to anybody who works with our alcohol pens and our ColourBlend pencils together. The fact of the matter is, it's that extra dimension, that extra tone, that shading, the variation that you get with these. And I'm talking huge variations, not little, huge variations of this tone and intensity that you get when you start to use both together. They're absolutely incredible. I absolutely love them. You can really play around with them. And that's with a combination of alcohol pens with ColourBlend together. And I'll show you another one so you can see. And I'm going to show these. It's exactly the same way, coloured in with alcohol pens.
It's so much richer,
enhanced.
Isn't it?
It's so rich. I've got a couple more to show you, if I may, so you can see the difference between the two. So beautiful, beautiful
really
floral.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous alcohol pens. Look what happens when you simply start to add. Look at the difference. When we talk about those huge variations in tone and intensity, that's exactly what they'll do and work alongside the colour, the alcohol markers beautifully. You can really get some extra oomph, really gorgeous, striking results each and every single time with these. So they come to you in these beautiful sets, like I've said, and I don't know what anybody else is like, but when I use my pencils at home, I like all my colours to be facing up. I haven't got OCD, I promise, but I like to keep them presented into their tins. When you're sharpening pencils, and bearing in mind, you have got this 4mm core, beautiful. And that's all the way down there, all in the centre. No fillers, no binders, no nothing. And you'll get that with some pencils. They won't tell you that, but you will get that with some pencils. When you use these pencils, I can promise you, you will really notice a difference. That gorgeous wax-based pigment running throughout the pencil is just fabulous. And to sharpen them, I'll show you how you sharpen them in a moment. But keep them in your tins. Keep your lovely little, your colours the right way around. And you've got all of these beautiful colours to choose from. And like I said, with that different techniques that I just showed you at the beginning, from the hatching to the cross hatching to the layering to the blending, you've got a plethora of colours. You can see I've been pinching some because I've got a little demo lined up for you in a moment, showing you how you can just colour with the pencils without using the alcohol markers. But they come in all these beautiful presented tins, and they are so easy to use. Joe, I absolutely love my colour ColourBlend pencils. It's been a refreshing change using them again this time, because I'm so absorbed in like alcohol markers all the time, because it's a kind of colouring that I love to do, that I forget just how beautiful results you can get with these fabulous pencils.
Yeah, they are absolutely gorgeous, and there's hours of tuition on these over on the website too, so go back. There's several Colour Me Happies featuring just these alone. Remember as well, because it is the 2nd anniversary of Colour Me Happy, every order place will get this free gift, the Year of Colour, 12 incredible colouring projects in here, which is brilliant, so make sure you snap that up. Let me take you back through then. 2 different options when it comes to getting your ColourBlend pencils. You can either go for the starter kit, which is this one just here. If you are new to this, and you've got pretty much everything you need in here to get you started. So you've got the essentials here. So you're going to get the essential colours that you need. Great starting point. If you were going to get just 1 tin of pencils, this would be the one to get. That's going to come along with our multi-purpose card there, and you've also got the blending solution you've seen Debbie using. So you've got a stamp and die, and also a stamp in there to get you started. Brilliant starting point, great price point as well, $45.99 or $61.99. You're looking at just over £36, just under $50 if you are a Platinum member. Or what you can do, if you're thinking, do you know what, I've already got stamps, I've already got the other things that I need, but I love the concept of these pencils, and you can go for all 4 tins. They are back in stock as well. Some of these have been out of stock for a little while now. All beautifully presented for you, all come in their own tins. Keep them in these tins as well, don't take them out of here, and make sure you're storing them in there. Let me take you through the colours then that you're going to get in this. It's a 96 pencil collection for you, and you've got the essentials. You'll also get the primaries in here, the naturals, and the shades and tones as well. Over 20% off of this, $63.21, $92.99 if you are a Platinum member. The other one that you're loving is, of course, the mystery bag. Of course you're going to love it. It's the Anniversary Bonanza mystery bag. It really is a brilliant one. One of the best I've seen, actually, when it comes to our Spectrum Noir mystery bags. Let me take you through the stamps that you're getting in here first, because these are all the perfect kinds of stamps, and also stamps and dies. This one here on its own is worth £15. Perfect to add all of your colouring mediums to. So you're going to get that gorgeous one with the butterfly. You've got a wonderful frame in here. There's also something from the Sassy and Classy. You've got some Lee Holland in there, and also that gorgeous unicorn. So it's a real good cross-section of all the different sort of styles of stamps that are designed for your colouring that we bring you here at Crafters TV. Then what we're going to give you is lots of hardware too. Couldn't have a mystery bag without the iconic Tri-Blend pen. The Tri-Blend pen is amazing because it was a revolution in the colouring market, because what you've got is 3 different colours, or 3 different shades I should say, of the same colour. So you start with your lightest, then you can work down to your mid-tone and your darker tone, and you're able to get that seamless ombre of colour, which is absolutely stunning. Sparkle pens as well, one of our absolutely iconic products in this range. One of Debbie's favourites, I know, because this is a water-based ink that's within here, but it has got absolutely shed loads of glitter in there too, which is wonderful. How about our tricolour aquas? So these are our aqua pens, our aqua markers, but you get 3 colours in each one of the pens. The 3 colours in each pen blend together beautifully. You're going to be able to create your own colours with these as well. So you've got 9 different colours across that collection there. You'll get you'll also get the art liners in here. These are brilliant. You've got all the different nib thicknesses you could want. They work with water-based and alcohol-based markers. Brilliant for things like doodling, tangling, bullet journaling. Great for all of those, and great for brush lettering too. And you'll get the iconic classics in there as well. Really, really high quality, these classics. You've got Japanese brush nibs, a chisel nib, a bullet nib. They are refillable too. They are a great colouring system, those. All of that should come to over £103 or $133. Today though, £30 or $40. Platinum members looking at £24 or $32. Don't miss out on that. We wanted to do something special for our 2nd anniversary, and we really have. Of course, if you're going for the mystery bag, remember you will get as well the Year of Colour, 12 great colouring projects included in there, because every order over £20 or $20 will have that popped into the basket alongside it, which is great. So snap all of that up. I don't know where the 2 years has gone, Debbie, since we've been doing Colour Me Happy. If you'd have asked me, I'd have said a year, maybe, tops. But we've actually been in the new studio now over a year, haven't we? It was
how long have we been in the
just
new
before
studio?
Christmas. It was not the Christmas Gone.
It was
just
the year
before the one before.
It was the year my grandson was born.
Yes, it was December 2020 we got into new studios.
No. I was here when Ezra was
where are we
born.
now?
Where are we
We're
now?
2022 now.
Is it 2020? We're in 22.
Yeah, so it
2020.
wasn't just before it wasn't before Christmas Gone, it was the one before, so it was just before Christmas 2020.
Yes, I was just saying, because I was here on the December show when I got the phone call that Tasha was being taken to hospital, so I know he was in here.
Yeah.
And Derek was here at that time.
Yes,
so Derek was here, yeah.
When was Ezra born? What was his date? Birth?
December the 21st.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, because the day we were meant to open the new studios, I had to isolate because my friend got COVID. Do you remember? It was this big fanfare. We were going to open the new studios, and then the morning I got a phone call, I had to go home. I didn't even have it, which was the night. The worst bit was I didn't even have it.
It just feels like home, though, doesn't it, now? We're so used to this fabulous studio. It's beautiful, it's bright, it's airy, it's our creative space. It's where we all get creative as the experts, including the presenters, because you also have a dabble too. But honestly, it's just fabulous. And what I love about the Colour Me Happy show is it's that we can dedicate the time that we have every week to different colouring mediums, and you get all the different experts' take on it. Of course, the queen of colour herself, Leanne, is just a fountain of knowledge of every single product that we do at Spectrum Noir, because it was her baby. It was something that was born from an idea that she had when she wanted to bring colour into the world of Crafter's Companion, and it's grown and grown and grown. And the Colour Me Happy shows, especially now we're celebrating the 2 years, is just fabulous. And one of the most beautiful products that we use here is the ColourBlend. We just don't give it enough airtime sometimes. We forget all about them. But that's what we're here to do today, because it is a Colour Me Happy special, and it is our second year anniversary, our second year happy birthday. So we'll do a little bit of colouring. We'll have a little spot of colouring, because that's what this show is all about. And I am going to use the pencils, and I'm going to show you as well some of the gorgeous stamps that we've got, some that's in the mystery bag, some that's not in the mystery bag, some stamps you can choose, some beautiful colouring stamps there that you can have a real good old practice, but let's not take away from the beautiful colouring medium that is the ColourBlend pencil. So I'm going to start with a little bit of I've got the actual gorgeous stamp from the now then, is that, thank you very much, the starter kit. I was trying to remember which one it was from, and that's with the shade and the tone, is it, I believe?
It is with the essentials.
Oh, sorry, the essentials. I do apologise, with the essentials. Let me make sure I've got the right one, because I've been mixing them all up then. Let me just, let me go and grab me essentials. There we go. We'll talk about the essentials. So you've got all these beautiful colours in here. Lots of different colours. Like I said, each one of them labelled. They've got the colouring on the tip. They've got the name on them as well. And they're a really nice, easy pencil to hold as well. And essentials, of course, in essentials, what do we have? We've got lots of essential colours. So let's do a little bit of colouring. And I think what I'm going to start with is, now I can't find my peach in my essentials.
Well, it's all about the peach.
All about the peach, and I'm pretty sure that the peach is in the essentials. I'm just going to turn it over, because in here... Joe, could you have a little look and a little delve into your essentials, please, and see if you can find me the peach? Because I'm going to do a little bit of skin tone, and I'm using, because this is why I know that these have been messed around with, because the peach is missing from here. But the cream and the peach is what I'm going to do.
I found the peach.
It's
here.
Thank
you. All about my beach. Let me read this over for you.
Oh, I love old chorizo. We're on about his drag race again, aren't we? Chorizo. But yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to do a little bit of how to create a colour tone for the skin using peach and cream. So we're going to start with the lightest colour, and it really is a beautiful light. This is a gorgeous skin tone colour, and you can see that gorgeous 4mm core running through that centre of that pencil. And premium quality, premium grade wax-based pigment in these pencils. And again, I'm going to lay down the light of the colour, because if I go in too close again, and I'm going to put too much colour down, and I want to build on this. So I'm going to go about halfway up, and I'm going to just now colour around this lovely image. Now I have stamped. Now, to be fair, with this, do you know we have different ink pads for our difference between alcohol markers and water-based markers, trying to remember the way around there. To be fair, I would really say, I mean, I've gone with the permanent one, which is the water-based one, but you can use either. There's no right or wrong with this.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be fine with it. I suppose it depends. If you're going to use the pens with the alcohol pens, then
Yes.
alcohol ink pads, so the alcohol ink pad.
If you were going to use the blending solution over us, would it have to be alcohol-proof one as well?
I'm going to say on that one again, yes. Yes, because it's for the alcohol. Can you see how much colour that? I mean, even with that gorgeous. Sorry, I get carried away when I get colour in. But honestly, so again, yes, Joe. To the answer to that question. So I'm going to go in with where I can see all the a hand detail. So let's go in. And again, if you do want to lay down a bit of colour, take your finger and your thumb and go a little bit closer and give it a little colour. And I can see a little feet peeking out there as well. So we'll give the feet a little go. And again, they are beautiful. They're so smooth when you work on the cardstock. It's just gorgeous. I wish I got you an image to colour in with now, Joe, so you could have a feel of these, because they really, really are beautiful, beautiful pencils. So I've laid down a little bit with the cream. Now I'm going to use the peach, and I'm going to go in a little bit where, again, shading, where where your light source hits, and I'm going to go a little bit under her hairline, which is where we know. And again, have you seen where I've placed my fingers again? A little bit higher up. I don't want to go straight in and be heavy-handed. I want to lay down a little bit. I'm going to go a little bit over, just under her eye, and I'm going to give her a little, rosy red cheek there. Let's give her a little cheek, and you can see straight away this is coming together beautifully, and they are stunning pencils. These. It's such a, like I said, Joe, it's such a refreshing change to get your pencils back out and have a play, because it feels like it's been a while since I've used them. And again, I'm going to go in and I'm going to just add where I think there would be a little bit of shading. And this, to create this skin tone colour, is just the cream and the peach that I'm using.
Really
so that's
effective
just two.
Together, aren't they?
Beautifully together. And that's the thing, because they do blend beautifully, and when you lay down the colour and build the colour up, rather than going in very heavy-handed, it's all about that technique. And we teach you these things in our Colour Me Happy shows. And again, I'm just going to go around where I think, just underneath the dress line, where her foot is, and go in there. And I'll go back, maybe a little bit on her elbow. Just
how do you know when
underneath.
to stop, Debbie?
I suppose it's dependent on the look that you're wanting to achieve. Now, I'm going to go back in. We've talked about that technique. If I bring back in fact, what did I do with my sheet? Oh, there it is. So let me go bring it back in for you. Talk about all that blending. Oops, sorry, that were a bit close. Sorry, George. I forgot you were in close there. I do apologise. Where you can layer your colours. But as long as you lay them down lightly, not heavily, right, you'll get that look. But again, I think it's a personal choice. So I'm going to go back in, and to get that blend, I'm just going back in over where I've been. And you can almost hear it's the very lightest of touches.
With the lighter of the two colours here?
Yes, I've gone back in with the light one.
So just like we would with an alcohol marker, really, then,
exactly,
when you go back in the lightest tone to sort of even it all out?
Yeah, that's what I do. There's we all bring a different flavour, shall I say, a flavoured colour, different techniques. We all have different ways in how we work. We just like to part our knowledge, and of course, I mean, where do we learn it from to start with, Joe? I'm going to say it again, the Queen of Colour, our lovely Leanne.
Queen of Colour.
Yeah, she's the Queen of Colour. Absolutely. So you can see how you've created that beautiful, shading there. And of course, you can use your blending solution if you want to take away from what I call the harsh lines. But I'm quite happy with that one, so I'm going to leave those there. Shall we do a bit of hair, Joe? Shall we do a little bit of hair? I'm going to use a couple from the, and this is not from the starter kit, these are from the other pencils as well. I think if you can stretch to it today, get all the whole set, because they're just incredible value for money, and take notice. So I've taken these, and I believe I've taken these from my shade and tone ones. So we're going to go in and we're going to do a little bit of light. So I'm going to start with the lightest again. I've got maple and I've got walnut on this one. So I'm going to go in, and I'm going to work in sections of the hair. Now I'm going to go in with the lightest, And I'm going to leave a little bit of white space there, again, just to, as our Leanne would always tell you, preserve that little bit of highlight. Although saying that, Joe, we do have in these colours, and this one is from the Essentials, where you've got the whites. So you've got the white, the black and the grey tones in the Essentials. So if you wanted to add a little bit afterwards, you absolutely can do, because you've got a white pencil, which is very unusual in pencils. It's not always a colour that you normally see, so it's a really nice addition. But again, and I'm going to work in segments, although saying that, because these are pencils, they're not the same as an alcohol marker. We tell you with alcohol markers to work in sections because you need the ink to be wet to get that better blend. Not so much with these because they're pencils, they're wax-based pencils.
So does that mean you can come back and add any? You can come back and add
Absolutely,
more at any point you like.
Anytime you want, you can add more. If you've worked on it and you've thought, hang on a minute, it's not quite right, you can go back in. You've got your pencils. You can absolutely do that, Joe. So again, I'm just going. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with that lightest and I'm going to work around there and go in and do a little bit of colouring, but I am preserving a little bit of highlight just where I think some of the shading would be, where the light would catch a hair. So let's go in and I'll do that all the way down. Aren't these stamps beautiful to work with? Absolutely gorgeous, perfect for any colouring medium to be fair, but really, really lovely. And again, I'm only going in with the lightest of touches and building up all the way around. Do you know what I find really hard, Joe? Is talking to you while I'm colouring.
Do you? You can go into a colouring coma if you want.
And I do, that's the problem. I do go into a little bit of, normally at home I would be not talking to anybody, I'd be just popping my colours down.
I think the thing is with these, Debbie, when you first put them down and when you start to add a little bit of colour with them, I was thinking to myself, well, they're a bit, are they so subtle? Are they a bit too subtle? But it's this lovely process, isn't it, of building the colour up gradually. And I think, probably I would say more forgiving than an alcohol marker, wouldn't you? You know, it gives you more time. You can go through the process a little bit more slowly. So if you do find alcohol markers a little bit overwhelming, I think these are a great alternative to that.
Yep. Absolutely. Now I'm going to go in with that darkest shade now. So this is the walnut one. And I'm going to go back over and build up where you can, and this is what you said, you know, when you talked about the forgivingness nature of these, absolutely. But they are honestly so lovely to work with. Can't emphasise it enough. And I think it's because of that wax-based feel that you get. Do you know, like some pencils that are, I mean, I'm not going to diss anybody's pencils because I'm not going to do that, but do you know the cheaper quality where they always say, oh, you get more for your money? You don't get the quality because they're the ones that are filled with all sorts of talc, I'm saying sawdust, all that kind of stuff that's up in there. Filler, yes, filler. That's the good one. That's the good
They're
one.
all thriller, no filler, these, aren't they?
Absolutely. And again, you can start to build up, and you can see now that I'm working towards that blendability, and I'm just going to go over some of them, leave a little bit preserved highlights, and just work on them. And again, I'm not going down. If you've noticed, I'm not right down on the top, popping it in. I mean, you can if you want to. If you want to lay down that colour a bit faster. But the only difference there is if you lay it down, when you want to start, you know, blending a little bit more with different colours and that, if you've gone too heavy-handed to start with, it can be a little bit tricky. So I always say a little bit less is more, build it up.
Can we blend two, I know you're blending two similar colours here, can we blend two different colours together?
I mean, obviously with colour families, and we talk about warmth and all that kind of thing, and you'll know that from when you've listened to Leanne. Yeah, absolutely you can. And again, I'm going to just go in a little bit there, bring back in this one, which is the lighter, and again now I'm just going to go in and start to build up that texture. But yeah, Joe, you can bring in so we could bring in, should I bring in a yellow? No, I'll tell you what, I'll bring in canary. Let me bring in canary, which is a more yellow tone, goldy tone. But yeah, absolutely can. So I'm going to pop that in. And you can see Now, you're adding a different colour into there, but it's highlighting it a little bit. So I'm going to go in
Looks
there.
like she's been had her hair done at the salon.
I know, yeah. Well, I like this kind of colour.
It looks like she's got wedding hair, doesn't it?
She does, doesn't she? She absolutely does look like she's got wedding hair. This is the kind of hairdo that I like. I wish we could get away with it.
Can you imagine how long it'd take in the morning, though, with the blow dryer and the curlers, getting that done?
Oh, my days. Well, I mean, I know how easy it can be to put it up, but, you know, taking it out, when I went to that awards do last year, I must have had about 1,000 pins in my hair.
Oh
my God. It stayed put for about 3 days afterwards.
Did
it weren't going anywhere. Oh, it was beautiful. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
So did you go and have that done, or did you do it yourself?
I had it done.
Right.
Yeah, I had it done by a very talented, a lovely young girl called Kelsey, who I've known since she was a little girl, so she's now a very talented hairdresser. But yeah, she pinned it up for me. It looks stunning. I really, really loved it. And yes, if you want to go have a look, go and have a little search on my my social media page. Was about last... Oh, now then, when did I go on that awards? Oh, now then, what day? Was it September or was it October, producer Georgina? Oh, I forgot when it was. Could have been September, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I think it might be. Oh, look how gorgeous she's looking, Joe.
Beautiful.
She really is coming together. I'll do one little more spot and we'll bring in, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll bring in that beautiful blue and I'll bring in a purpley colour. So I'm going to show you when you talked about mixing 2 different colours. Absolutely we can. So again, I'm going to go in with the lightest. I'm going to preserve it. Well, actually, no, I'm going to go over and start to build up that colour.
And you're getting this included in the starter collection, remember? You've got the pencils that you need in there, you've got this stamp and die, you've also got another stamp, the paper, and of course a blending solution. It's all in there for you, which is glorious.
And that cross-hatching, can you see that I'm doing the cross-hatching over now? And I'm just going in 2 different directions and building that up. But I'm going to add in now, oh, let me bring in this one. So we'll go in with... Oh, how have I managed to have 2 carnations? I don't know how I've managed that one.
2 carnations?
I don't know how I've done
peach.
This is what oh, now, look. Can you see? You said about mixing 2 colours from 2 different families. There you go, Joe.
Oh.
Absolutely you can. And again, I'm just going to bring in a little bit of that colour, a little bit round the shoulder. But I absolutely, producer Georgina, God love you. It's because I love colouring, Georgina. I adore colouring. I get a little bit lost, I am not going to lie, in my little world, in my colouring coma. But you know what else we could do? We could add a little bit. Should we go back? Should I add a little bit of the solution?
Ooh.
So let me just lay down a little bit more heavier just round there to show you how that solution would work. Let's go in and do those there. So bring in my stump again. I think actually it's still quite damp, so I'm just going to pop that into there, and then we're going to give it a little bit of a softer blend. There we go.
Awesome.
Absolutely beautiful. There we go, and you can see how gorgeous you've got those 2 colours coming. Now, I'll literally, when you start to build up your colours and you start lay down a lot more colour, let's have a little look. One more colour I'm going to add onto there. Let's bring in a bit of a purple tone. Let's go in. And you can really, really start to have a play around with these. And that's mixing 3 colours there, Joe.
That's awesome.
And that's just the difference that these pencils allow you to do. And it's got this lovely, you can feel that superior quality of the wax base. It's so super smooth, and it just is an absolute delight to work with. They are delightful pencils. They really, really are stunning pencils to work with. And I know once you've got these, if you've never tried them, honestly, please do. While we've got them on, that starter kit is amazing. Not going to lie, it's an absolutely fabulous starter kit. Let's go back in. When you start to add, and like you said, from one colour of the pencil, you can actually create your own, literally a bit of shading, and it's because you've got that variation. It's the variation that you're able to do and achieve with even with the one pencil. But you can see straight away how beautiful that looks, and you start to build it up. The one that I've done, and I have used, and I'll fetch her in so you can see the difference. Build it up, take your time, and I've added more colours in this. So I've just added deeper colours around the pleats, and you can see that. And then, of course, when you want to soften it out, you can then use your blending solution. And to soften those lines a little bit and to take a little bit away, I'm just going in using that blending solution.
It's such a cool concept, isn't it? Such
It
a
is.
really good system. And I think something you're going to love doing. Not only are you going to make gorgeous projects with this, but I think the actual process of it is so cathartic and relaxing. You're going to have so much fun doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. And
George has fallen asleep in there. He's in a colouring coma. He almost fell onto his joystick.
He's in a bit of a colouring coma. And do you know, if you want to add...
I haven't heard him for the last 40 minutes, Debbie.
Okay. And can you see, with that addition to the white pencil, I can go in and I can lay down a little bit of preserving some more highlight by taking that back into that image and using it. So again, you can see just how beautiful she is. The die's in there as well for you to cut out, but I'm going to show you the card form that I made using this said image and using those, because that beautiful stamp set in there is stunning. That's just one of them that's in the starter kit. And I've just used elements, and I've used papers. Recognise the papers, Joe? From the country lane again. But again, a little bit of a creature of habit this weekend. I've been using the same papers. How bad's that? But again, just showing you what you can achieve and how you can achieve them using these fantastic pencils. They really are beautiful to work with.
Really
very
gorgeous.
Easy to achieve. You've just seen me build up and show you how to build up that colour, how to get that blending with or without the solution, because I did first that blending without the solution. I just gave it that little finishing touch to give it a more smoother line, but absolutely beautiful. And we'll run through some more different, I'll show you some more different samples in a moment, but just to get an idea of how brilliant these pencils are, go and have a look at the reviews, go and have a look at all the people that use them. There'll be people on now watching who'll be talking about it, telling you how fabulous they are. They create the wow factor every single time. They're so easy to use. They've got that beautiful rich 4 mil core pigment of that beautiful wax-based pigment in there. So blendability, spot on.
Yeah, they
the
really
lay
are.
down of colour, spot on. And the way that you can use them and the way that you are able to use them, even if you're just going for that one tin, if you're just going for that starter kit, the things that you can do with them, achieve with them, I know are going to blow your socks off, and you're going to come back for the rest. I can promise you, once you've got a tin, you're going to want the rest of them, of the collection, because they are absolutely beautiful pencils to work with.
Yeah, they really are. Remember what you're getting in that starter kit. You are going to get that stamp and die set that you've just seen Debbie using right there. So that's going to come included for you, which is excellent. So you will get that one in there, which is your Angel Messenger. You will, of course, get the essentials when it comes to the pencils as well. So that's brilliant. Let me tell you what else you're getting then in there. You're going to get, of course, that white multi-purpose card, sort of the blending solution, and that other stamp there as well. All of that comes your way for $45.99 or $61.99 if you want to grab that starter kit. Let me take you through some of the other stamp sets that are on this show. Really awesome ones. And I know we sort of, when we bring these stamp sets out for you, we say, oh, these ones belong to this collection or that collection. They're all designed to be coloured, I think, which is the most important thing. So these were launched at the same time we launched the Hint of Classics. So that's why we brought these ones out for you. And there's some really nice imagery in here and some sentiments for you as well. So that one's Sending Happy Thoughts. Then you've got Have a Lovely Day, which is that one there. This one here is Some Bunny Loves You. Then you've got My Cup of Tea. This one here is Kindness Changes Everything, and you will also receive Seize the Day. This is one of my all-time favourite stamps, this one. Seeing those up with a watercolour is just stunning. It really, really is. $28.72 or $35.12 if you want to get your hands on those ones. This one here is your Tricolour collection. This stamp is also, one of the stamps in here is also in your starter collection. So you've got Puppy Love, and they called it Puppy Love apparently, Debbie. This one here.
That's a Donny Osmond song, Puppy Love, isn't
Yeah.
it? And they call it Puppy Love. I was so in love with Donny Osmond when I was a little girl. I was so in love with Donny Osmond.
Were you?
Yeah, because I was around that time.
Were you?
I was a young girl, and I had posters.
Did you have posters?
Yes, I did. I did, George.
You didn't,
Gorgeous George of the
you didn't
joystick.
track him down to a hotel room and knock on his door, did you?
He was a young boy, weren't he, when he was singing, and I fell in love with him. I fell in love with his dark looks, his beautiful smile. Have you seen him now? He has aged incredibly well.
You didn't ever track him down in his hotel and bang on his door?
No, I promise I didn't.
Like
no. Not my friend
Okay.
did that.
Excellent. You're So Sweet is that one there. You're also going to get in here a little surprise. Have a wonderful day. And you've then got that one in there as well. Let Love Grow too. $31.90 or $38.90 if you want to get your hands on those particular ones. And we also have the Tri-Blend brush collections. Hello, lovely. That is the first one in here. Really lovely. Again, nice open section, so it's going to make it really easy to achieve that blend. I think especially if you're starting your alcohol marker journey, it's always nice to have big open spaces in your stamps. This one here is Bloom with Happiness. Then you've also got Brighten My Day. This one here is gorgeous. Love that butterfly. That one is Dreams Take Flight. Forever Friends and A Perfect Day. This one is actually limited stock, so it means less than 10% of our starting stock is now available. If you want that one, if that one's in your basket, check it out. You get 3 for free in that particular collection right there. And then I also want to go back to this for you, the mystery bag. I mean, it is our 2nd anniversary, remember, of Colour Me Happy, and we're celebrating in lots of different ways. Every order that has over £20 or dollars worth of value in it will get the Year of Colour included, totally free of charge. Now, it is a calendar, and I appreciate we are a few months into the year, but this is just 12 fantastic colouring projects that you can use in their own right, which is excellent. 25% off clear stamps over on the website, and also, remember, 10% off the Spectrum Light ink pad. So make sure you're stocking up on all those great deals. But really, the pièce de résistance when it comes to the anniversary deals for you is this right here. It is the Colour Me Happy Anniversary Mystery Bag. So much in here for you. I'll go through the stamps that you've got first. So we're going to include all of these stamps. The contents of this bag is over £103 or $133. So you're going to get all of those stamps included. We're also going to give you a Tri-Blend pen, absolutely iconic Tri-Blend pen. You get that seamless blend from 3 shades of the same colour. You've got sparkle pens in here as well. So these are a water-based ink with a pack full of glitter. We've also got like a paintbrush style nib on there. You've then got our tricolour aquas. So you've actually got 9 different colours from our aqua marker range in 3 pens in there, which will all seamlessly blend together. Then you've got this is your art liners in here, great to use with your watercolour, also your alcohol markers. You can doodle, tangle, bullet journal, brush letter with those, they'll do all of those things. And of course the brilliant classics as well, which is amazing. £30 or $40 is your price here on this, saving you £73 or $93. Platinum members can pick that up for £24 or $32. Very, very busy on this. I think Debbie has got one more technique though that she wants to squeeze in before we say ciao ciao. Is that right, Debbie?
Well, I was just going to show you some amazing samples. I want you to see the kind of work that you can achieve with your ColourBlend pencils, because we always talk about our alcohol markers, we talk about our Tri-Blends and the kind of things that you can achieve with them, but I want you to see what you can achieve with these fantastic pencils. These two next to that I'm going to show you, they're a digital print. Now I say a digital print, they're a digital stamp, as in you print it out and then you can colour it in. But take a look how fabulous. And if I'm just going to tilt that a little bit so you can see that beautiful wax-like finish to these. Now these two are absolutely stunning, and I can understand why. And if I bring it in close, can you see that beautiful effect that you can get? Anybody can achieve these kind of looks. Those digi stamps are there for you to colour with, and they're all available all over. I mean, we've brought you some fantastic stamps, but if you want to go bigger and practice, what about that fabulous
you've got the year of
colour? Yeah, you can get yourself started. Now, of course, when you use alcohol pens, you can create some beautiful looks. And there we go, beautiful. Amazing. But added with the pencils together, these look absolutely fabulous. I'm going to show you one more. In fact, if I pop it down here, it might be easy if we do it overhead, just so I can show you. So again, beautifully coloured in with the alcohol markers, and you can see where you've got a little bit of, you know, shading going off. But the minute you add the pencils
Wow.
with them. Look at that huge variation that you can get when you use both of them together. And I'll show you one more, Joe. So you've got this beautiful, gorgeous lily. It is a lily, this, isn't it?
It is, I believe, yeah.
Yeah, it is, it's a lily. Coloured in with alcohol markers. Looks stunning. But add,
amazing.
Can you see that lovely, and that's the wax base that you've got there. It actually looks like a print. I can promise you it's not. It's being coloured in and then over the top to get that high definition.
It's got a real gloss to it, hasn't it?
Absolutely, and that's because of the fully loaded premium grade wax-based pigment that comes with that pencil, and that is why you get that absolutely ultimate beautiful finished look. They are simply stunning, and honestly, whether you colour them straight in with pencils, beautiful. When you use them with alcohol markers, stunning, absolutely stunning. But let's not forget, there's a great starter kit. That starter kit's fabulous because it's got the all-purpose multi-purpose cardstock. That's a smooth one which will work beautifully with the pencils. You've got the gorgeous stamps to have a practice with. You've got the blending solution. The blending solution you've seen me use today in this show to show you how you can create that smooth blend. We've included that in for you as well. And then of course you've got those fabulous essential pencils in there as well. So some really gorgeous colour tones, and you can see when I show you from here, all the way across, from your whites to your peaches and creams. You've seen me show you how you can create skin tone and hair with this tin only. Not with the rest, with this tin only. And then you've got the beautiful peaches, the pinks, the greens, the blues. Really is an essential set, and you've got your fabulous white and black in there, which is really quite a nice little addition because you can add that variation for your tone and your intensity every single time you colour. Honestly, these are beautiful. Keep them in the tin. Don't take them out of the tin. Don't store them in a jar. Keep them in the tin. Beautifully presented. Very easy to achieve all those kind of looks. I hope I've shown you a little bit of inside my information brain on how to use them. But we've got a wealth. This is our 2nd year anniversary here at Colour Me Happy with this particular style of show. It's not going anywhere. I think we're going to continue with it because colouring is a mindful craft. It's a beautiful craft to achieve, to do, easy to achieve, and I hope I've shown you that with these pencils, with that stamp set that come from that starter kit as well. Absolutely incredible, Joe. I adore them, and don't forget, look what Joe's got in his hand. If you get hold of that starter kit today, you're going to get a beautiful 12 by 12 colouring tool. That's what I'm going to call it. It is a calendar.
Yeah,
yes, it is a calendar.
12 awesome projects in there for you to colour with either your pencils or any of your alcohol markers. Every single order over £20 will receive one of these as well to celebrate that Colour Me Happy 2nd year anniversary. Brilliant deals on the show. Don't forget to check out your baskets. We will be back with you again real soon here on Crafters TV, and we look forward to seeing you then. Massive thanks to Debbie, massive thanks to you guys, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.